Hello, welcome to Marketing 462, Data Visualization and Advanced Analytics at Bellevue College. This is Professor Rex Fabish, and this short video will help you get started with the course. I live and work in New York City, and I'm 3 hours ahead of you, so please keep that in mind while you're reaching out to me. All coursework, however, will be due Seattle time, so you don't have to worry about that. Just remember that I work full time here and I work long hours. So if you are reaching out to me, please expect that it'll take me probably about a day to get back to you. My goal is to get back to you within 24 hours or one business day. If an assignment is due that you need help on, please give me at least 2 full business days to be able to respond to help you. You're also welcome to call me. The number you see here is a Google phone number, so it will go in through my messages, so please feel free to call that anytime as well. The course objectives are as follows. By the end of the course, you should be growing increasingly stronger with critiquing marketing campaigns with an eye on how to best use various analytic approaches. This course builds off of your 100, 200, and 300 level courses you may have taken, and you should think of it as a useful course that will help you prepare for your capstone project required for graduation. You'll audit digital marketing implementations for optimal traffic, conversion, and return on investment. Specifically, keep in mind the client you selected for your capstone project should be used for the capstone project within this course. In other words, this course capstone project should be related to your Bellevue marketing degree capstone project. You're going to advocate for marketing strategies based on patterns of measured consumer behavior, and you will also grow increasingly adept at utilizing data visualizations in measurement reports and also as a tool to analyze and effectively persuade stakeholders to take a certain course of action. Lastly, you'll do some basic construction and reflection on predictive modeling when you are given a specific a marketing data set. And again, to the extent that you can bring those to the course, you can use them for your capstone project. All other projects that lead up to the capstone projects in this course, you will be provided data sets for, but in any case in which you would like to use your own data sets, you please let me know, because the idea here is to make this as relevant as possible for you. So don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have a different data set than one that is offered for any of this coursework. So what will the coursework be? We will start off with an initial data brief where you'll explain how you might go about collecting or using certain data to accomplish a certain objective. You will do an analysis paper on how you plan to work with specific types of data. You will also complete an editorial thinking paper where you will talk about the choices and decisions you've made with the data. And finally, these 3 small individual projects lead up to a slightly larger one called your design solution presentation. This should be more like a pitch, and you should use PowerPoint narrated just like the one you're listening to now. So you should make sure that your computer has the most recent version of PowerPoint updated on it. Older versions don't allow you to save into a movie format, so it might be harder for you to accomplish this task if your software is not updated. After that, we'll do a predictive modeling reflection. Again, what types of data must you collect so that you can have some hunches and ideas about how to more effectively move any marketing objective to increasingly better returns on investment. You will be asked to submit a week in advance of your final capstone presentation an outline, and the outline will be structured similar to the individual work projects that you have already completed previous to this in this course. And your, again, final capstone presentation will be a PowerPoint presentation also. This is where you will tell the story of your data or the solution presentation that you have come to. This should be a client-facing presentation, and you should assume that I am your client. There will be 6 performance tasks. These will be based off of Tableau, which is a platform that you will all get a student program key to sign up for. You will have certain tasks to do. This is instead of having quizzes, you will have about 3 hours to complete them, although you may not need that long, and they will relate directly to our course readings and or actual activities that Tableau suggests themselves. And finally, participation in online discussion is 10% of your grade, although that's a little bit misleading because the discussions are set up to help you with all of the work you see listed above. So not doing the research and the reading or watching the videos that I share with you will not set you up for success to do well on the performance tasks or any of the individual work. When you engage in the discussions robustly, then the requirements of each of the assignments become a little more clear as well. So please make sure you're being proactive and fully invested in the online discussions. The course text is Data Visualization, a Handbook for Data-Driven Design by Andy Kirk. You can buy the first edition, and this is a cost-saving measure decision I made. The second edition was recently put out, but it's much more expensive, and the first edition has the salient information that's necessary for this course. You can find used copies of the first edition all over the internet. If you are waiting for your financial aid to come through and you're dependent on that to buy this book, it will be in the bookstore, hopefully, if it's not already, very soon. There are no required readings the first week of class. There's nothing from the book, that's required for you to read in order to do the first assignments. But there is some articles that I've posted for you to do for the first week that are somewhat connected to this book. So you're sort of getting a little sampler or a teaser in the first week. But please make sure you obtain the book as quickly as you can, because beginning in week 2, there will be reading assignments directly from the book. If you do end up getting the second version, don't panic. You will be able to easily translate what the reading assignments are. I will, however, only give instructions for the first edition reading assignments, and it'll just be the chapter titles, which are similar across both books. The other thing you'll be doing, as I mentioned earlier, is to sign up for a Tableau student account. This will allow you to play with your data and create combinations of data sets where you can really begin to think about the things that mixing data can do for you and your client. Please wait for instructions from me before you sign up. You will be given access through me. There are student program accounts you can sign up for independently. You should wait to do that if you haven't already, because I'm not sure what the impact of that will be on your class account that you'll be given. But after this class is over, you can feel free to sign up for a student account. And it's good for 1 year, and they are very liberal in their licensing agreement. You're allowed to use that for any internship work or student work, and it can be renewed after a year's over as well. As long as you're a student and you sign up with your student credentials, they will allow you to have access to the tool for free. But for this course, please wait for further instructions to sign up. Here are some tips for success for the course. As mentioned earlier, please keep in mind that the discussions and the related readings and resources and research that are given to you by me will help prepare you not only for the discussions, but for all the other graded work. So again, this is a reiteration of a really important point. Even though they're only 10% of your grade, they will actually be much more than 10% of your grade, because the conversations and insights you gain from the discussion and the work related to it are going to help you increase your scores not only on your individual products, but the performance tasks as well. Make sure your Microsoft products are updated, especially Excel and PowerPoint. The recent versions of Excel may have more analytics tools and statistical tools that you might find useful. And PowerPoint, the most recent versions allow you to much more easily create narrated and recorded presentations like this one. If you're unable to update your software or you're not able to afford it, please know that all the computer labs at Bellevue College have the updated versions of this software, and there'll also be someone there that can help technically assist you as well. Performance tasks will function like quizzes and tests in this course, so they can only be completed within the time frame posted, which is usually 2 to 3 days. So if there's a due date of, say, Thursday, July 11th for a performance task, it may open on the 9th and close on the 11th, but you should keep in mind that once you hit go, you will only have 2 to 3 hours or however much time is given for the performance task to complete it in one sitting. You can't pause it and then come back to it the next day. Once the due date passes, however, if you have not completed it, it will be a 0. You're unable to complete it after the deadline. Make sure all of your work is completed on time, especially because this is a summer course. It really makes it very hard to give you quick and timely feedback that you'll need to improve iteratively between each of your projects leading up to your capstone. So to the extent that you are not staying up on pace with the work, you'll also not be contributing to the discussions in the way you should. If you get too far behind too quickly, it's going to be an issue and it may impact your ability to complete the course. And if that's the case, I will reach out to you. One mental framework to keep in mind throughout this course is it can kind of sometimes be like the game show Jeopardy, where you'll have the answers or the data, and it's your job to know what to do with it, what questions to formulate, what treatments, what things and strategies that you will concoct to make sure that the data does something useful for your client or the objectives at hand. And then how to create visual representations of that data is really the powerful tool in which you're going to hook that up to some of your strategic thinking and ultimately give pitch presentations around what next steps or strategies that you would recommend be taken based off of your own formulation and visualization of the data sets you're given. Be creative, but also make sure your work is relevant and precise. There is such a thing as putting too much information into your visualizations. To the extent that it's not relevant or it's confusing, it would degrade the quality of your work, so please keep that in mind. And use the weekly checklists on Pages. Every week I will post those on Monday, and it will give you a flow of the week as to what order to do things in, and also resources attached to that as well. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great start to this course. If you have any questions, again, please email me at rex.babish@bellevuecollege.edu. You can also message me on Canvas at any time, and please feel free to call. Again, remember, I will try to return your call within 1 business day. Thank you and good luck.